Thank you so much. I'm your brother Israel Great. You see, a lot of noise is coming from different directions in Nigeria. The cry against the call for interim government. Even when as of today, the DSS had not been able to help us know those who are calling for interim government. But you see, one thing leads to the other. After massive rigging of presidential election, even the riggers are not settled. They are panicking. Do you get it? So they are trying to cook up so many things in order to have scapegoats. They want to make certain people scapegoats. After the voter suppression, intimidation, ethnic profiling, they still want to make some people scapegoat. Especially those they were shouting and with impunity go to court. They are still looking for something to say you have committed an act of treason. You have done this, you have done this. These are things they have done worse than that. Shameless people. They have done worse than that. No atom of sense in them. They have done worse than that. They will tell you they will make Nigeria ungovernable. They have once said the dogs and baboons shall be soaked with blood. They have once said they will form a parallel government. There is nothing they have not threatened. They have threatened to kill the Igbos. There is nothing they have not threatened. All treasonable. But it's not an issue. Nobody should arrest them. They were at the polling booth and say, if you're not coming to vote for APC, you are not going to vote. And they achieved it. No security personnel stopped them. They achieved it. Yet, they are the same people making noise, accusing people of treason. You'll be charged with treason. You arrest this person for treason. One thing leads to the other. When Ene Shoniko was head of interim government, those people who are making noise today, to what extent did they condemn the position of Ene Shoniko as head of interim government? Who and who were making noise about the illegality of interim government? Who and who were making noise that time? I'm talking about Ene Shoniko of Blessed Momode as head of interim government. It's as if we have never had interim government in Nigeria. People want to rewrite history. The call for interim government is unconstitutional. That is true. That is the truth. Far more unconstitutional is rigging of an election. The election riggers should bow their heads in shame. They are criminal elements. They are far more guilty than in acts of treason than any other person calling for interim government. If election was free and fair, certainly nobody will make the mistake of calling for interim government. Even when the so-called advocates of interim government is like something people are just cooking up because they are still not yet known. You see, this issue of fear factor, the use of the fear factor, threatening people, is childish. It's saboro, tokre. Criminal, this thing is terrorism of the highest order. Banditry of the highest order. We will charge you with this, we will do this, arrest this, that. Shameless people. Rigging is an act of treason. It's a crime, an offense known to law. So, those who speak up against interim government should speak more against rigging and plead with those riggers of this 2023 election to return any stolen mandate in their possession. That is the way to guarantee justice. And that is what every Nigerian and members of the human family to focus on. The criminals that rigged this election at all levels, from the House of Assembly, House of Rep, Senatorial, Governorship, Presidential, those who rigged this election should talk to themselves and follow the path of honor. return the stolen mandate, and they will never be anything called interim government. Even when those making the calls are not yet known. Because people want to create something, then they will label that on somebody else and have an argument, make a call for that person to be arrested. So, the call from the interim government and those calling for the arrest may be the same people. Maybe the same camp. So, but emphasis should be on what we must do to say no to rigging. When the result of the governorship election in Abia State was announced, the people went out to jubilate, to celebrate. When the presidential election was announced, Nigerians went into mourning. Till today, they have not recovered. Even the person who benefited said it is time for healing. So he knew the psychological trauma the Nigerian people were going through. That was why he called for healing. But the healing process will only be effective if there is justice. We'll call for justice. Thank you and God bless you.